Title: A Door Left Open. It was a rainy Tuesday in Salisbury, the kind where the city feels like it's wrapped in a gray blanket. Maya sat by her apartment window, watching the drops race each other down the glass. She clutched her phone, waiting for a message that never seemed to come. Her father, once her anchor, had drifted away after her mother's passing. The silence between them grew, thick and heavy, like the clouds outside. Maya's thoughts wandered to the words she'd read that morning. Give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known among the nations what he has done. Psalm 105 verse 1. She wondered, how could she give thanks when her heart felt so empty? How could she call out when her voice trembled with doubt? I used to believe that love was a door always left open. My mother's laughter filled our home, and my father's arms were always there to catch me. But now, the door feels closed, and I'm left knocking, hoping someone will answer. I scroll through old photos, birthdays, holidays, ordinary afternoons, and I ache for the warmth of those moments. I remember another verse. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full. John 10 verse 10. What is this fullness? Is it possible to find it in the emptiness? Maybe the thief isn't just loss or grief, but the quiet voice that tells me I'm alone, that I'm not enough. Everyday truths just for you. That week, Maya decided to do something different. She started small, texting her father, even when he didn't reply. She volunteered at the local shelter, serving soup and listening to stories. She wrote down 3 things she was grateful for each night, even if it was just the taste of coffee or the sound of rain. She learned that gratitude isn't about ignoring pain, but about finding light in the cracks. She realized that sometimes, the door isn't locked, it's just waiting for someone to turn the handle. Scripture in action. One evening, her father finally called. His voice was rough, but honest. They talked about her mother, about the things they missed, about the things they still had. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Look to the Lord and his strength, seek his face always. Psalm 105 verse 4. Maya understood now, seeking isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing up, again and again, even when it's hard. The takeaway just for you now. Months later, Maya stood in her kitchen, sunlight streaming through the window. Her father was there, helping her cook her mother's favorite recipe. The city outside buzzed with life, but inside, there was peace. She realized that life is a series of open doors, some we walk through, some we close, and some we have to knock on until someone answers. The fullness Jesus spoke of isn't about having everything, but about finding meaning in the everyday, about loving fiercely, about never giving up on hope. Take this with you. When you feel alone, reach out. When you feel empty, give thanks for the smallest things. When the door feels closed, knock again. Life's fullness is found not in perfection, but in persistence, gratitude, and love. Tonight, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Reach out to someone you've lost touch with. Notice how these small actions shift your perspective, opening doors you didn't know were there. I hope this story is lifting your spirit and that it will carry you through each day with strength and joy. For God is gently speaking to your heart through whisperings. In this story. And if you can hear God's quiet voice reaching out to touch you, then he is softly calling you by name. And heaven's breath is brushing your soul with his words through this story. God's voice is a soft river flowing through your spirit. It is declaring his truth straight into your heart. The voice of God is calling you to rise. For God's love is whispering peace into your heart today. You are cradled in the soft whisper of God's promises. Penned by Gary Conan Doyle. In worship of God's wonderful glory. This story was inspired by God's holy words in his book. Just for you. A quick question: are you seeking what God has to say to you today, from His Word, in His book? If not, I would say to you, it is by seeking God through His Word that you shall find Him.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still here, something in this story or song clicked with you. So here's a little secret. When you hit thumbs up, it tells the YouTube gremlins, hey, more of this. And if you subscribe, it's like saying, yeah, I want in. So go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and make sure you don't miss what's next. Because this ride, it's just getting started.